Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is an Ace of Pentacles. This is a wonderful opportunity. This is the first step on a new path. Yeah. This is, I think, that moment that you've been waiting for. Yeah. This is the moment that everything changes, right? This is that first step, right? They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. That's the step. Let's put that into some context. Yeah, let's see. I feel like this is an ending and a beginning, right? I feel like this is the end of a long wait, and this is that step in that new direction, right? Let's see what else we've got. We've got a 7, okay. We've got a 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's the ending of something. Something else is concluding. We have a 10 of Swords, and then we've got a new start. And maybe at the beginning there's going to be some slow growth at the beginning of this thing, but that's okay. We know that it's not going to be an instant success, right? But it is going to change your life. This is fate. This is everything changes after this moment. Okay, this is real transcendence here. This is a real, it's like we're jumping universes here. We're switching timelines in a way. Okay, and there is a lot of commitment, a lot of creativity. This is the Prince of Wands coming out. A 3 of Wands, 5 of Cups, okay, a Princess of Wands, and a 6 of Cups. So I like that we're going from a 5 to a 6 of Cups, okay? So whatever is taking place, this moment that we're talking about, it is kind of bittersweet, because I think you're leaving something behind, whether it's the old job, the old life, the old friends, the old whatever it is. This was the work that you did before. And look, we've whittled it down to the bone. There's nothing left. We did everything we could do here. We were nourished as much as we could from this situation. There's nothing more to gain here. Okay? And it's not that there's anything wrong with this, but there's nothing more that we need from it. Now, this kind of, now we're going and we're getting kind of a new plate of food here, right? So we're starting on a new path. And this is a path that is ultimately for the very best. Okay, this is ultimately going to be the good life that you want, right? 6 of Cups. Right now it's a little bittersweet. We got that 5. We have a mixture of emotions right now, and that's totally normal. We do have that 7 of Pentacles that's right on top of us right now, and to me it feels like, okay, I'm starting out doing this new thing. Right? Maybe this is a transition, let's say, from school into the workforce, or from the workforce into retirement, or you're switching careers, or you're whatever it might be, starting your own business. This is the first like phase of that. You're not going to see the kind of growth that you're going to see once things get established, right? Things are always the most difficult at the beginning. It's going to be not necessarily a slow start, but you know that you have to put in a lot of work to get the kind of results that you want. It's not an instant success, right? Nothing just kind of drops into your lap like that, And so maybe some of this 5 of Cups is a little bit of worry about this, but this is a perfectly natural part of the process. This is a situation, because see, this isn't darkness, this isn't failure, this isn't something not growing. This is just the idea that you've got to water it and tend to this garden if you want these seeds to really sprout. And that's what we're doing. We're starting something new. We've got to take care of it. We've got to nurture it. We've Got to water it, got to give it light, and it's going to grow. Yeah, it's going to grow. I think this is the moment that everything changes for you, where we're transitioning out of this 10 of Swords into this future, which is very, very fiery, right? Fire, earth, fire, fire, earth, earth. It's very, very balanced between fire and earth. So that tells me that this is fate. This is your destiny. This is your will to manifest. This is what you want. Okay? And the Three of Wands, of course, this is what you want. You're making the decision. This is your power to act and to do this, to go through this doorway of this eon, judgment, rebirth, reawakening. We're leaving this stuff behind, because again, these are bare bones. We've stripped all the meat, all the stuff that we could out of this. There's nothing left for us to gain in this current situation. We have to move forward. And you're really moving forward into your future. Now let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we're just going to set it down right here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right. Let's take a look around the room at our major arcana. All we have is the Eon card. That is our major arcana. This is your fate. Everything changes after this. This is that doorway to your future. Okay? This is that doorway. And it's a fiery doorway. It's not meant to be easy. It's not meant for you to just glide on through. No, you're going to be stripped of everything that's not essential to you. Your beliefs, values that are not compatible with your spirit. These things that we might be clinging to and attached to and holding on to, even though they're not nourishing to us anymore. Okay, we have to get rid of those things. Then we've got obviously a lot of fire, fire, fire. We've got a lot of earth, 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 and we got our water here too. It's not all business, right? There is a depth to your soul. You're a very sensitive person. I think your friends would describe you even as like being kind of mysterious. You know, that you don't really reveal yourself to everyone right away. That I almost feel like you're kind of shrouded in mystery, you know? And maybe you do that intentionally, maybe not. But I feel like people don't really know you, and they want to. And so they like that there's something about you that's interesting. People are drawn to you because of that, you know? I think you notice that in your life. And maybe you cultivate that a little bit, sure, you know? Let's talk about the Four of Pentacles down beneath the surface. This is the good foundation, the stability that we have. This is kind of the springboard for what you're doing. I think you've been getting a lot of support from the people around you. You have this kind of energy that people like. Again, people are drawn to you. People want to help you. You know, that I feel like people just kind of offer their services to you. Like, you know, they want to be part of whatever it is you're doing. You know, so I think you have a very strong support system. You have a very good foundation. I think that you also, Spirit's telling me that you had an injury recently that you've now recovered from. And now I think this is like we're restored to 100% now. Yeah. We're in optimal condition, and we're ready for this next challenge. And this is something that I think you're initiating. It's not that we're just kind of waiting around and then, oh, here it is. Now we've got to do it whether we like it or not. No, I feel, especially with the Three of Wands, that this is something you are initiating. That you've determined, okay, there's no more meat on this, on these bones here. It's time to move into this next phase of things. Could be a work thing, could be a life thing, a spiritual thing. I think it's all of these things, honestly, right? Let's go to the ace here, because the ace really these are the seeds. This is what you're planting. This is your determination to begin this work, because there is no doubt in your mind that this is what comes next. So there's no fear here. There is obviously the recognizing that this is going to take work. Things are going to have to grow and be nourished and taken care of if these seeds are going to sprout and blossom into something fruitful. But there's no fear and there's no doubt. And we know there's no swords cards here. So, the 10, right? We talked about that. But moving forward, there's no 3 of swords, there's no 5 of swords, no 7, 8, no 9 of swords, thankfully. So I don't feel there's any doubt in your mind. You know exactly how much work it's going to take. You know how to do this, There's a confidence that I feel in you. There's a connection with a teacher, too. I don't know if this is something that if this is a skill or something that you do, that you teach other people how to do it. I feel like it's something very practical. I don't feel like it's in a classroom. I feel like this is like nature is the classroom here, right? This is something that's like out in the world that you are, you're kind of an expert at something and you're teaching others how to do it in some way. Spirit's telling me that I see you leading a class or something out in a field, like a literal field. That maybe you're teaching some kind of agriculture or farming or gardening or wilderness survival. I don't know exactly what it is, but you've got that level of skill. Yeah, you're teaching, you're imparting your wisdom and knowledge onto others. Yeah. The Prince of Wands here in the future position. I feel like you're ready to move forward. I feel like you are committed to building up whatever this is. I kind of feel that there's two of you. I don't know if you have a significant other or a business partner or a kind of creative collaborator, but I feel that there's somebody with you. Yeah. About your age, maybe a little bit younger, but very passionate, very creative. And I don't know if it doesn't feel romantic. It feels like I feel like you're two artists working on something together, that you have very different approaches to things, but that's what makes this work. So the two of you are so different, but there is a maturity in both of you that allows you to work together despite the kind of personality differences or maybe the ideological differences, whatever it is. That there's something that the two of you can really come together on, and maybe it's surrounding this project or this business or this art or whatever this thing is, that the two of you are really working together in a very, very good way, right? Let's move over to the Path of the Serpent, and as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything, and it helps out the channel. I appreciate that. So the 3 of Wands down here in your general energy, this is your sense of correctness. Okay, you have your will, you have your heart and your mind, your beliefs, your values. You know what is essential to you. You know who you are. You're somebody that's done the work. Okay, you know what you're all about, and you know what direction. You have a very strong sense of direction. Okay, and that's what is kind of leading the Prince of Wands and allowing you to commit to this creative work and building this thing and tending to this garden, so to speak. Because you have this sense of who you are, and there's no doubt. It's a very strong sense of identity. Okay, there is something emotional in here. There is a mixture of emotions, and maybe it is just the kind of natural sorrow of leaving this past project behind, or this past relationship, or this business, or whatever this commitment was. And it might just be the natural sadness that kind of that comes from that. Okay, I feel that this is a mixture of emotions. It's joy and pleasure and euphoria, but it's also like a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, nostalgia. It feels like there's something about that we're going to miss, and maybe we'll miss the people, and it's a mixture, right? It's a mixture. And this is really Also, I think this is people being sad to see you go. Yeah, because, I mean, it's in the position of the environment. I think you're leaving you made some good friends over here. And now it's just time to move on. And maybe you'll keep in contact with some of them. I don't think so. I don't think you think so. And they're going to be sad to see you go, and you're going to miss things about that, but it's time for you to focus on this. It's time to focus on this next stage, it's the future, right? And this is a real transcendence. And I think this is when everything changes. I think we're going to be so busy we're not really going to have time to worry too much about that. And we always say like, oh, we'll keep in touch. From college or from the old job, we just say, well, yeah, give me your number. We'll stay friends. We'll stay in contact. We'll go and do things. We'll talk all the time. And then you never talk to them again. And it's not intentional. It's not because we don't want to. I think we get so wrapped up in what we're doing that it's just, we don't have the room right now to take on a whole new kind of relationship like that. Yeah. Because I feel like this is taking all of your attention. This is the important thing right here. Okay. But we do have the Six of Cups in the future position, in the kind of outcome, the end, the future, right? Not just kind of what's coming next, but long term. Long term, this is something that you're doing that is going to bring people together. Maybe not the same people, but you're not isolating yourself. You're striving for connection. You're striving for community. And this is what you want, that harmony. This is the good life, right? This is the good life. And this is one where it's kind of like there's strength in numbers. Together, as a tight-knit bond of people, we can get through anything. This is the card that really does say, we're all in this together. And this is ultimately where you're going to end up. I think right now it's very much very focused. It's either just you or it's you and this one other person together getting this thing working, getting it off the ground, getting through the first few months where things kind of need all of this attention until things really start working and flowing, But this is what we're ultimately after, this sense of connection and community. Yeah, I like it. Let's take a look at the mystery card. I'm thinking a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles or the Empress. Because I want to see that all of this is leading toward a certain desired outcome, right? Well, maybe even the Knight of Pentacles, the one that has the vision of the future. You know what that Six of Cups is going to look like in the future. You know what that is. If you have a prediction for this card, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. Well, it's a Queen of Wands. Interesting. More fire, right? It's fire that does have that water inside. So to me, this feels like you do have that sense of community. You do have the desire for this kind of harmony and connection and community. But right now, it's all fire. And it's maybe that prospect for the future that's motivating you to do all this with such intensity. Yeah. Knowledge that this is the life that you're creating down the road. But right now, all fire. This thing needs your focus. It needs your attention. So we're right back to the fire. But again, that water is in there as the kind of the knowledge. I'm not forgetting that. That's what we're working toward. That's what's fueling all of this fire. You see? I like it. Very intense energy. We're going to do an extended reading, and if you would like to watch that, you can click on the link. There's one at the end of the video. There's one above. There's one below. New readings for Aquarius every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I am here every day. You can come back and see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.